Press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update.
Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. I've got three very interesting topics for you today. My topic number one is, will BJP impose Hindi on non-Hindi speaking Indians? That's my topic number one. My topic number two is a statement that the chairman of Hindu made, where he said that monstrous injustice has been done to the former Union Minister, Mr. P Chidambaram. Let's discuss that in detail. My story number three is actually a story. My story number three deals with a very old saying, pointing Tokyo, going London. What that is, we'll find out in my topic number three. Let's get right into the show. On 14th of September, that is last Saturday, our Honorable Home Minister, Shri Amit Shah, made a statement.
मुझे लगता है अनेक भाषाएं, अनेक बोलियां हमारी देश की सबसे बड़ी ताकत है, देश की सबसे बड़ी ताकत। परंतु जरूरत है कि देश की एक भाषा हो जिसके कारण विदेशी भाषाओं को जगह न मिले, और देश की एक भाषा हो, इसी दृष्टि को ध्यान में रखते हुए हमारे पुरखों ने, हमारे स्वतंत्र सेनानियों ने राजभाषा की कल्पना की थी और राजभाषा के रूप में हिंदी को स्वीकार किया था।
Acha, what Amit Shah and his government says is that they say, listen, you know what? We should be one nation, one language. While each of the states celebrates their own language, no doubt, what Amit Shah said, a language that unifies India today currently is possibly English. He says, why don't we throw out English and get in Hindi? So let Hindi be that language that unifies the country. He says, English is not our language. No, it is a foreign language, so throw it out. Okay. The second thing, which I think we should be fair to Mr. Amit Shah, he never made any imposition. He never made any law. He didn't say that I'm going to create a law that makes Hindi our national language or Hindi a compulsory language. He didn't say all of that. He just said that, listen, he believes that it should be one nation, one language. So that was what he said. Okay. Now, let us look at it from a non-Hindi speaking Indian's perspective. Now, this created a lot of furore. This created a lot of furore is because the person who said it is Amit Shah and the party he represents is BJP. Likewise, in some meeting, we said they spoke about black money, and one fine day there was an announcement of demonetization. So people were a little scared. Like one fine day there was an announcement of 370. So the lot of decisions which they take like this. So a lot of people were scared. They said, will they impose Hindi on us?
Unity in diversity is a promise we made when we made India into a republic. Now, no Shah, Sultan or Samrat should renege on that promise. We respect all languages, but our mother language will always be Tamil.
You see, I have an uncle in Kerala. He must be around 79, 80. He is an MSc in mathematics. In fact, he is a retired professor of a college. He is educated, of course. He is MSc. And MSc where? In 1967 or 68, he did his MSc. So he is an educated person. But you see, what happens to this educated person if his Provident Fund letter comes to him in Hindi? He has never studied Hindi all his life. Neither can he speak Hindi, nor can he understand Hindi. Nor can he read Hindi at all. So what happens to this 78-year-old man who stays in a place called Kulashekaramangalam, Kerala? Okay, this MSc Mathematics, postgraduate, what happens to him is, he gets this letter, he can't read it. All of a sudden, at the age of 78, he becomes illiterate. And that hurts. So he has to take this letter in Hindi, find out a person in his village who can read Hindi, give this letter to him and say, please read this for me so that I can understand, and then I can go and do whatever it takes. overnight he is converted from literate to illiterate. And his mistake, his fault is he does not know Hindi. That's from a perspective of a non-Hindi speaking person. The second point that I wanted to talk. Language is something that you fall in love with. You see, you fall in love with a language. You are not forced. You don't force a language on a person. You fall in love with that language. Ideally, it should be that way. Now, when it comes to North, in North or a Hindi speaking belt, they have to learn their mother tongue, which is Hindi, and they could learn one more additional language, which could be English. But say, for instance, in South, in Tamil Nadu, since most of our protest is coming from Tamil Nadu, in Tamil Nadu, the same child has to learn Tamil, he has to learn Hindi, and he has to learn English. And you can't avoid English is because look at countries like China, where today even adults are trying to reach out and learn English. Because the only way you can export your products, you can deal in international market is if you know English. So even in today, China is promoting its people to learn English so that they can communicate to the world. We need exports maybe more than China, looking at our current economy. So isn't it important for us that we learn English? So other than going ahead in life like China who are forcing its people to now learn English, we are telling our people whoever knows English, don't bother about English. Throw English out and come back and learn Hindi. So that's the problem number 2. Now let's come to the problem number 3, national language. A lot of people, a lot of non-Hindi speaking people in this country say why Hindi should be a national language. Why not Bengali? Oh, it's a beautiful language. Our national anthem is written not in Hindi, by the way. It is written in Bengali. Why not Bengali? Oh, why not Gujarati? Few of the most powerful people in India, in fact, the only powerful people in India are Gujaratis. So why not Gujarati? Why not Marathi? Oh, it's a beautiful language. It's a beautiful language. Why not Marathi? Oh, why not this language called Tanjavur Marathi? Have you heard this? If you don't, please, after this editorial, do type Tanjavur Marathi in YouTube and hear it. Oh, it's a beautiful language. Why not Tamil? So what I hear you say is, oh, Hindi is the most spoken language. Majority of Indians speaks Hindi. Acha? But the point is, national bird, national language, national animal are not majority. Our national bird is peacock. Our majority bird is crow. Crow is not our national bird. Peacock is. Our national animal is the tiger. Majority animal possibly is rodents, rats. But rats is not our national animal. It is a tiger. Or cow is not our national animal because there are more cows than tigers. Not national animal. Tiger is our national animal. When you say national language, national animal means you are saying it's a special language. Like you are saying it's a special bird, it's a special animal. Why? Why is Marathi not a special language? Why is Malayalam not a special language? Why is Punjabi not a special language? It's a beautiful language. Why is Hindi a special language? Why is Ahami not a special language? So the fact remains that one taking a decision of randomly saying that okay, because majority speaks Hindi, so it's a national language. That may be not the best way to ensure that you propagate Hindi. Now let's come to this point, majoritarianism. Hindus are the majority in this country, so Muslims and Christians are minorities. Muslims are the majority in Srinagar, so Hindu Pandits are minorities. Now, Hindi speaking is the majority in this country, so non-Hindi speaking are minorities. Why are we trying to create one more minority? Why are we so hell-bent in our country creating minorities? And then we talk about minorities appeasement, majority over minority, minority over majority. Why are we doing this? Why are we hell-bent on bifurcating people, dividing people? British, I can understand, they had a reason to divide and rule us. Now, are we seeing divide and rule again? So, these are the points that I wanted to make as far as language, imposition of Hindi is concerned. I repeat, Amit Shah never said that he is going to impose Hindi. He just mentioned that possibly he started a national debate on having one nation, one language. That said, second point I wanted to make here is I don't think anybody in this country would be aversive to learn or to teach or to allow their children to learn Hindi. It will be a beautiful thing. Learning an Indian language is such a beautiful thing. Nobody has a problem. But imposition of a language, forcing a person to use a language is not correct. In fact, forcing a person to do anything, at least in today's world, is not correct. That's my point. N. Ram, the chairman of Hindu, said a monstrous injustice has been done to former Union Minister P Chidambaram by sending him to jail despite the fact that there is no material evidence against him in the INX media case other than the statement of the murder accused Indrani and Peter Mukherjee. N. Ram says, you know what? Says, why is P Chidambaram behind bars? He says, if you have to put a person behind bars, you have to have some material evidence, no? You interrogate a person, you call him every day, you send him back home, you interrogate a person, but to put him behind bars and then interrogate him, you require a certain amount of material evidence. Now, you know what is material evidence? Let's talk about material evidence as a definition. According to the law, material evidence means the facts or issue of a case or inquiry that can affect its conclusion or outcome having significant relationship with the type of proof or testimony. You see, what material evidence to an ordinary common man like me, what I understand about material evidence is, Baba, you have to have solid proof which links you with the crime. That's material evidence. And then you pick up a person, put him behind bars and so on and so forth. There was phenomenal amount of material evidence against Indrani Mukherjee. And that's precisely what N. Ram is asking. The only material evidence here you have, or the court had, was a testimony of two people who were accused of murder. One is Indrani Mukherjee and one is Peter Mukherjee. Who is Indrani Mukherjee? Indrani Mukherjee, the person who gave evidence against P Chidambaram, is a lady who for almost 2 decades called her daughter, her eldest daughter, her sister and her son, her brother. Indrani Mukherjee is the same lady that married 3 husbands and killed the first husband's daughter with the help of the second husband in the third husband's house. This is Indrani Mukherjee. Very interesting. Very interesting. So we are taking evidence of this lady and we are putting a former Union Minister of Finance behind bars. This is what N. Ram asks. Who is Peter Mukherjea? Peter Mukherjea is the husband of this lady called Indrani Mukherjee, who incidentally helped Indrani Mukherjee to kill his current stepdaughter, who could be his future daughter-in-law, the lady was dating his son, who helped her to kill her and lied to his son, saying that the woman has left everybody and gone abroad. This is Peter Mukherjea. His testimony you are taking. So what N. Ram says is, Bhaiya, when you're taking testimony, at least take testimony of people with repute. What people are you taking testimony from and how can that be used as material evidence? So if that can't be used as material evidence, how is P Chidambaram behind bars? Long back, I used to have a boss in advertising. He used to always say, pointing Tokyo, going London. Yeah, actually, the term is looking Tokyo, going London, but he would say, pointing Tokyo, going London. Now, what does pointing Tokyo and going London means? Okay, I'll have to tell you not a story, but I'll have to tell you a reality that happens in interior Maharashtra, in Maharashtra, rural Maharashtra. You see, rural Maharashtra, there's a tribe. They normally are a tribe of thieves. Now, what these people do is they rob cattle, and normally they rob milking cows, milking buffaloes, milking goats, so on and so forth. They rob milking cows. Now, what these people do is they come in two sets. The first set, see, normally in Maharashtra, cows have this bell that is tied around their neck, so that when they move, that it goes tung, 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 so people know where the cattle is going. So the first set comes, they slowly remove the bell, they take the bell and run towards east. So you hear the bell voice, ting, 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 and they run towards east. So the dogs and when people wake up, all of them, they run after them towards east. In the meantime, the second group comes, take the cow and go to west. So the bell goes east and the cow goes west. Now, why is this story relevant? I'll tell you why is this story relevant. Don't you feel that this controversy of Hindi imposition, this controversy of P Chidambaram's arrest, this controversy of D.K. Shivkumar's arrest, and so on and so forth, don't you feel all this controversy is like that ghanta, which going in one direction and the entire media and all our attention are in another direction? The actual problem, the cow, that is gone in the other direction. The economy issue is going in the other direction. We are all running behind ghanta. We are all running behind the bell. The reason I thought is because there are controversies, statements after statements being made, and I don't find much relevance to this statement. I didn't think the statement of Hindi imposition, while I still believe it's just a statement, it is not that he said he's going to impose Hindi. These kind of statements were really needed in the current circumstances. We have an economy to worry about. Probably it is pointing Tokyo, going London. Namaskar.